Bonhoeffer's computer core. His doing so had been instrumental in achieving victory over the Gemin, who had infected the assault carrier's mainframe with a virus that effectively hid them from the ship's sensors. But he knew the ends couldn't justify the means, especially not when the means included multiple actions that directly violated the chain of command. His virtual infection of the Bonhoeffer's computer core had been an excellent example of bad process, good result, and he was man enough to admit he probably could have handled it better. Probably. The doors to the bridge swished open, revealing the square-jawed CIP leader, Lieutenant Commander Teresa Knighton. "General," she saluted, drawing its counterpart from Moon before she commenced her report. "The birds are prepped and locked into their cradles." "Good work, Commander." The general's tone was cordial, unlike how he spoke to Podsy. "I'm glad you took up my offer to taxi in your shipboard couches instead of your cockpits." "We're happy to defer to your judgment on that front, General," she replied with a curt nod, and Podsy fought to hide a smile at her obvious brown-nosing. Moon chuckled. "That's the spirit, Commander. You'll fit into the Legion just fine with that attitude." She nodded wordlessly before turning to Podsednik. "Can my people be of assistance with pre-launch operations?" The offer took him by surprise, but he wasn't about to look a gift gun up the barrel. Chafe Rimmer's having some issues with the ship's virtual architecture, mostly dealing with the railguns and point defense targeting systems. It's probably hardware-related, but extra eyes would be appreciated. "Understood," she acknowledged. "We'll report our progress every quarter hour." "Excellent." Moon returned to his interface, prompting Knighton to leave the bridge with her characteristically purposeful strides. "We're fortunate to have her," the general said after she'd gone. "With 91 combat flights on her wings, the only thing holding her back from promotion is fleet politics." Podsy reflexively bristled. "I still can't believe Fleet has held her back because of willow bark." "The stain of mutiny doesn't wash off," Moon said grimly. "It doesn't matter that she wasn't the one who pulled the trigger on your CO. TAF can't afford to let that kind of example be seen as anything but a detriment." Podsy smirked. "Do you think she would have had a better chance at promotion if she had done for me like I did for Aquino?" "Definitely," the general agreed. Podsy shook his head. "Begging the general's pardon, but that's all kinds of fucked up." "It is what it is," Moon shrugged indifferently. "Politics are rarely, if ever, concerned with supporting what's right. Expediency to power is their primary, secondary, and tertiary concerns. The bureaucrats, of which I admit the Terran Armed Forces has more than its share, would rather deal with the fallout of a dead messenger than whatever message he might have carried. It's simpler, cleaner, and more expedient," Podsy finished in disgust. "Exactly," Moon nodded. "That doesn't make it right, and it doesn't make it wrong. It's just the way things work." An update chimed on Podsy's wrist link, and he reported the details. Both of the Tripoli-class dropships have been secured to the forward hull by the modular cradles provided by Fleet. Major Trapper is en route to the bridge now. They're 10 minutes ahead of schedule. Moon pursed his lips as he mentally reviewed the next steps before the ship departed. Colonel Jenkins originally founded his test program to help augment Marine deployments in our Kell engagement zones. It's ironic that they'll be providing us with support on our first official joint venture. Podsy grinned. "I hear General Pushkin had his work cut out for him thwarting Fleet's attempted mission takeover. Can you blame them?" Moon gave the barest hint of a smile. "The Legion is the only fighting force to successfully invade solar space. Ever." His grin turned to a faint sneer before he continued. "When Fleet heard we'd been invited back for round 2, they couldn't stand by while we went and got all the press. They want to get their oar in the water, and given the operation's scale, the general was right to accept whatever help they offered, even if the price tag was higher than we'd have liked."